All right, Shalom. I want to first start off giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder high priest, the teachers of our apostles, as well as our apostles and the elder bishops at Great Millstone. Okay, this is the brother Abadia from the GMS Houston camp, and I have a quick lesson to go into, which is going to be a recap, our apostles, as certain elder bishops and elders have went into this before. So this is going to be a recap, going into Matthew chapter 1 and verse 1, and you can really stop here, proving that, you know, Yahawashi, that Joseph was the biological father of our Lord Yahawashi, okay? Or else it would be pointless, senseless, and pointless to for Matthew 1 and 1, and really the 1 and 1 on down to until it gets through the genealogy of our Lord Yahawashi. It makes no sense to talk about a genealogy, associate Yahawashi with a genealogy, if he was born, by immaculate conception or a spirit. They got this shit out there talking about Joseph. I actually heard this was who was this? Russell Wilson, the quarterback, NFL quarterback. I forget which team he played for or whatever. Russell Wilson. He had made the statement, talking about. He had said something to the effect. I just seen it, that Joseph was Yahawashi's stepdaddy, or the stepdad to Yahawashi, and that's bullshit. Okay? Or it would make no sense to give in genealogy if Yahawashi was this miracle child, which just came through, you know, being born of a spirit, which spirits can't bring forth seed. All right, they don't have sex. They can't uh, bring forth a sperm. Okay, in other words, spirits can't impregnate women. All right. Now, if Yahweh the Father wanted to snap his proverbial fingers and put a baby into had put a Yahawashi in Mary, he could have done that, but he didn't. That's not the way it went down. And I'm gonna go back to what I said. It would be senseless, pointless. It makes no sense to give a genealogy of our Lord Yahawashi, and he was born, um, and he wasn't born of a man, of a man's sperm. Now, just by the heading of this part of the chapter, Matthew 1 and Matthew the first chapter, it says the genealogy of Yahawashi, the Messiah. Right now, the word gene, and I'm gonna pause it real quick. I'm gonna pull up the etymology online dictionary. All right, now this is for gene, and you can go. I believe you can go deeper than this if you get a good dictionary, but let's just deal with this like a good Merriam-Webster's dictionary, maybe an Oxford dictionary, something of that sort. The older, the better. Um, so right here for gene, it says Proto-Indo-European root meaning give birth. What's being birthed? The seed has been developed, so to speak, in the womb of the woman, right? Starting off in the egg, and then in the womb of the woman, um, and then that seed is birth. So gene really go back to seed. Okay, beget. What's being beget was the seed. It's coming out. Right? So when you go into the word genealogy, it actually breaks down to the seed, the study of a seed, okay, or the lineage, the study of a lineage. The lineage is established through the seed, the sperm line, in other words. Now check it out. Read Matthew 1 and 1. It says, the book of the generation of Yahawashi Mashiach, the son of David, the son of Abraham. And if you go through this genealogy or generation, we're going to go back to that word generation. All right. It starts from Abraham. Okay. And it can go all the way, they could have went all the way back to Adam with it. But we started at Abraham, the father, the how would you say this? The head of he's the head. Abraham is the head of the fathers of the promise, which is what Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob the promise started with Abraham, right? So it's going all the way back to Abraham, giving you the genealogy of our Lord. Now, just like we just looked up the word gene, it basically goes back to seed. It's giving us birth and beget. But what's being birthed and what's being beget is the seed. Now we're going back to this first verse. We're going to look up the word generation. All right. And you see, it says this goes back to the Greek word. I'm going to let them pronounce it.
Strong's G 1078. Genesis. Genesis.
Genesis. Or Genesis. All right. And we're going to keep going to the roots because it got about 3 roots to this word. But we'll start here at Genesis. It says source, origin, and it says a book of one's lineage in which his ancestry and progeny are enumerated. Use of birth. And I can stop right there, okay? So the source of in Matthew 1 and 2, it's telling you that it's going as far as back of the source of our Lord's birth, going back to Abraham. Okay, that's where they're going that far back, or it goes that far back. Now let's go to this root right here, and that root goes back to G 1074. Gina, I'm gonna let them pronounce it.
Strong's G 1074. Genea.
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 Okay. And it says fathered birth. Okay. What's being birthed? The seed. It says nativity, that which has been begotten. What is begotten? The seed, the sperm, in a developed form. With from the brains, all the organs, the making the body, the arms, legs, everything. Right? It starts from a seed. It says men of the same stock, a family All right, it says the several ranks of natural descent, the successive members of a genealogy. And that's what is given in Matthew, the first chapter. Okay? Successive members of Yahawashi genealogy in particular. Now we keep going. Let's see. And you got Genos.
Strong's G 1085. Genos. Genos.
Genos. Okay? Same thing, offspring. The offspring is the seed. That's what's coming for springing out of the womb, so to speak, is the seed. And that's enough as far as looking up or going into this word generation. And then you have gene in there. So it's the seed. It's telling you, let's go back to the first one, right? Generation, going back to Genesis, right? And the first thing it says in the outline of biblical usage is source or origin. So all of our source and origin, it starts from a seed, and that's what they're telling us in I'm sorry. That's what it's telling us in Matthew, the first chapter. All right, is that this is the origin, the source of the generation of Yahawashi. In other words, his where he come from. And now it wouldn't make sense. He comes from the seed going all the way where, and in the Matthew is going all the way back to Abraham, right? That would make no sense to use the words generation, genealogy. All right, if Yahawashi was born of spirit or just through a miracle, the Yahweh, the Father, put this seed, just through miracle, just put the seed in Mary, put Yahawashi in Mary that way. But she could have done it that way if he wanted to, but that's not the way he did it. Yahawashi was born of seed. That's why it gives his genealogy. Okay? And you can only get the genealogy through man because man carried a seed. Okay? So like I said, this was just a recap. We can always use this to show that, our Lord was born, of seed of Joseph. All right? Because it goes from Abraham all the way until it gets to Joseph, showing that sperm line that he came from, the lineage that he came from. All right. And so, Lord willing, this video was edifying. And until the next one, I say shalom.